we do it, after we do it, is change it. Change it, play with it, modify it. Because, like I said, we're not built the same. You have different strengths, we have different weaknesses, different flexibility we're going to find out about real soon. But most importantly, we're different right here psychologically. I like to kick people. So that's why just this afternoon, I like to be sideways to each other. Because all three of my kicks, the side kick, the roundhouse kick, and the hook kick, all come from the side. Side, round, and the hook. I don't throw it hard, I just throw it. It's not my fault you walked into it. I appreciate it though. So, and think about it, not being strong, but being quick. Because in speed, you develop a certain amount of power. The idea. A lot of times you see this little skinny guy go, blip, and the big old strong guy goes, blip, because of the torque twisting force. So that's what I want you to kind of think about. Anytime you have a question, please don't hesitate to ask. There's a physiological reason we go through the movement. There's also a psychological reason we go through the movement. We'll warm up first. Why? To get the heart pumping. Nice, fresh, reoxygenated blood into those muscles. Blood is what warms the muscle up, not movement. Muscle contracts maybe that much. How's that going to warm you up? But the warm blood that your heart pumps into that muscle will warm it up. So that's what we're going to do. Come on out on the field. I showered this morning, so I don't stink that much. Come on out on that. I had 3 kicks. 3. But they worked really, really good for me. I have a side kick. It's my straight line technique, my reverse punch. I have a roundhouse kick, which is like my jab, fast. I have a hook kick that I use oftentimes as a counter. We're going to hook him out. Those 3 kicks are all thrown from exactly the same position. So I don't have to change that, I have to modify, I don't have to pivot at all. It just happens. We're going to practice all 3 kicks. And first of all, I'm sure you know them, but we're going to do them my way. The reason for that is, yeah, he's perfectly sideways to me. We can throw kicks in the mirror, we can throw kicks at the bag, smash the bag, smash it, smash the air, kill the air. And now all I'm going to do is touch right there. Just touch. Because, think about this. I'm on one leg. And if I throw the kick hard and I miss, where am I going? I'm still going that way. If I lean back, I might hit, but now I bounce off. Whose turn is it? Either way. His. Fighting is no fun when it's his turn. It's only fun when it's my turn. So we're going to try to make it my turn as often as we can. So right there's my target. Now just watch. Distance. Kicking is for distance. Sure, I'm flexible. I mean, close I can kick, but I really kick from a distance because my leg is longer than my arm is. Watch. Step, slide up. Why did I step? Why did I step?
Close the gap.
Close the gap. What other reason?
Adjust your foot.
Adjust my foot. What other reason? Think about this physiologically. What's the slowest part of any movement? The slowest part of any movement? The start of it. Why? Because you have to overcome momentum and inertia to get going, right? I'm 165 pounds. If I get doing this is obvious that when I do this, right? But if I step, now I've started that movement going. Besides, take your stance. Throw back first. What'd you do? Front leg, front hand. Do it again. Why'd you move your front leg forward? Close the gap. Get just closer, right? Duh. Back up. Now, throw a side kick. Now he goes here. So right now we have 2 different movements. When he punches, he steps forward with the front leg. Cover distance. But when he kicks, he does this. So in our first 10 seconds of our fight, I know when you're going to punch, I know when you're going to kick. When you kick, you slide your rear leg up. When you punch, you step forward with your front leg. I still got 12 rounds to pick on you. Well, what if I'm making everything look the same? I go bam, bam. Ooh, now it all looks the same. So you got to wait for me to throw the technique before you can defend or before you react. If I step first, oh, he's going to punch. If I do this, I've already started leaning back. So it's going to be easy to defend. So watch. Right there's my target. Just touch. Everybody does this. Hey, Danny, how you doing? Did you have a good time last night? I had a great time waiting for you. So we do that, and now we're going to do the same thing with our leg, with our foot. Distance, steps right up. You notice I've already pivoted my right foot. What do I do now to kick? Just put the leg up and kick. That's all I do. So from here, step, back, step, back, step, back, step, back, step, back. Covering distance. Out and back, just touch. I'll do it 10 times to my partner in a row, then he'll do it 10 times to me in a row. Touch every time. Why?
Target practice.
Target? What are the reasons?
They go next.
Huh?
They go next.
Maybe?
To know your distance, know your
Maybe?
work on your control.
Maybe. Very important.
Because we
How
have
about, because I told you to. Today I'm going to teach. So do it. Touch. Practice that distance and timing. Out and back. Go! So I can make my whole body drive forward. It's just like if we were shaking hands, just that's the step. Which is your fastest, so it makes that noise. So it's from here, step, boom. That's the steps. Boom. Okay? Go. Nothing wrong with this. Unless I miss with the side kick. He's got his elbow up. Like this. I throw the side kick here, and I miss, and I do that. I don't look bad. Oh, that's taken away when he does that. Plus also, if this is up like this, and I throw a jab at your face, and you lean back, now the whole side is protected. This is my stance. Since day one, this is it. You got to go around this, over it or under it. It's impossible to go through it. There's a little maypole that you got to go around. That's all I have to do to defend. We're actually keeping it down, so this whole side now is protected. See, now I'm hitting right there. Keep it down. Go! I lean back. Boom! She's on one leg. And she's falling right into whatever I decide to counter with. So I'll do that. I'll remember. All right, see how my upper body comes forward? What if he decides to punch right now? I'm right in the way of it. Out and back. So from here, watch. Step, out, and back. Step, out, and back. Step, out, and back. So I have my distance. Kicking is for distance. Go. Not a strong kick, but it's fast. It becomes strong when you pivot. But right now, we're just going to do the roundhouse kick with the front leg. Use the top of your foot, the instep. Don't use your toes. They break. Very easily. So right there's my target. The shoulder blade. Watch. I step, bam, and back. 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 Okay?
Yes, sir.
Go. Area.
Because it's flat. Bony versus muscle.
A lot of bone back there. A lot of muscle back there protecting those bones. And a lot of skin protecting those muscles. So you're not going to hurt anybody. The purpose is to practice the technique. So you can practice your control, but if you do miss, you don't hurt anybody. Yet. Go. For some silly reason, we don't believe that this roundhouse kick actually goes around. So we'll step over here to throw the kick, right? But look, I can be in front. Look where I'm at. So it's easy. The knees, watch. That's the kick right there. Not. And if I step over here, now look how much further the kick has to go. Shortest distance, straight line. That's the kick right there. Go, side. And a roundhouse kick goes around. What's a hook kick do? No, it doesn't. Roundhouse kick goes around. What's a hook kick do? No, it doesn't. It might, but it doesn't go from the front. What does a Listen to me. Your hair's too tight, I know that. There's blood getting in the brain. But what does a hook kick do? Son of a gun. We call them what they do. Think about it. In every martial art, including boxing, the jab is with the front hand. It's a jab. The right cross comes across the chest. Son of a gun. The hook, for some silly reason, hooks. And the uppercut is an uppercut. Reverse punch is reverse of the front hand. Front kick is the front kick to the front. Side kick is the side kick from the side. Back fist is the back of the fist. Even worse, a spinning back kick. Whoa, do you spin? Yeah, duh. So think about that. Hook kick. Right side. To practice the hooking motion, because we're going to use speed on it, so not that, but the hook. I'm going to slap his arm right here with my toes, not with your heel. The heel hurts. And it's your partner's turn next. So he will count him, trust me. But from here, distance, same step, and whip it through. 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 And step, and whip it through. Okay? Nice and slow, just to get the motion of that knee doing the work. Understand? You throw this kick against somebody and do that, nothing's going to happen. It's just a way of practicing the whipping motion with the hook kick. So what we want to do, okay, you get your, yes, sir. He's left side forward. Right here now is my target. Same place with the roundhouse kick. But I use the whole bottom of your foot. Do not, repeat, do not use your heel, because it's his turn next. And the heel's hurt. So just snap it out, bounce off. Bounce off. So when I'm here, same step that we've had for the other two kicks. Add a 3 with the step you're hooking. Step, and back off. Step, and bounce off. Step, 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 bounce off. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, all 3 of them. It's the same exact stepping movement on all 3 kicks. The same exact. So don't change that at all. Side kick goes here, roundhouse kick goes here, and hook kick goes right here. I'm going to do it slow. Watch my hips. They shouldn't move at all. Watch the knee. It should be the same place on all 3 kicks. The only difference is when I straighten the leg out. That means they want to travel that far. He's got to time that within that length of time. So far, they haven't been able to. Watch. From here, step, side kick. Step, roundhouse kick. Step, hook kick. Step, side. Step, round. Step, hook. So side, round, hook. Okay?
Yes, sir.
In that order. Side, round, hook. Go. So open the gloves up so you're catching him in the palm of your hand. Not like this, but catching the glove. Now, my job, very simple, is called the catcher. You go to any boxing gym. There's the puncher. He's the guy that's doing the workout. I'm the catcher. But if you notice, I get the same workout that he gets. Very simple. He takes a stance, jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. See how I'm catching him? So helps me see everything coming. Stay tall, stay tall. Again. See how I'm catching? Get your partner, jab, cross, hook, back and forth, 50. I'm all of 5'8½". So he puts his hands up like that. I'll kick him in the groin, make him bend over, then I'll punch his hands. My shoulder height, not his, mine. So now I got that. Out and back, real fast. Go!
Sir.
Look shoulders. Anybody ever take karate? There's a very strict Japanese system called Shotokai. Very traditional. In a tournament, if I throw Gakuzuki or Izuki, say, and I'm here, and I throw this reverse punch, and my heel comes up, it's no point, no matter how good the punch is. If my heel is down, how much hip do I have in this punch? Zilch, zero, almost nothing. That's all that can happen. I can turn this all day long, but the heel, the hip stops it. So when I'm here, watch, pivot, pivot, pivot. And son of a gun, I'm back to sideways. So from here, 1, 2, bam, 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 sideways, bam, there's a side kick. Go. Jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook. Pivot my leg upside. What am I right now? There's the side kick. The jab is thrown to the face. The cross is thrown to the face. The hook is thrown to the face. I'm sideways. And there's the side kick. In reality, he's got his hands up, like a fighting. And I go 1, 2, bam. Where are his hands? And there's the side kick. So from here, jab, cross, hook, slide up, and the side kick. One more time. Jab, cross, hook, sideways, bam. And there's the side kick. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Work it. Watch. What's my strong shot?
Hook.
So let that turn you. What if I miss with the hook? Watch. 1, 2, bam. What just happened? Look, I'm really sideways now. No. Bam. And there's the shot. So almost miss. If I do this, now I gotta do that. What did you do? But if I let that turn me, bam. All I do is pick the leg up and stick it in there. Okay? Now, what do you do?
Stepped in.
Son of a gun. I'm not going to practice this from here. Because number one, we ain't ever going to be here. I'm not going to stay here. Now, how do I practice distance? My turn. Same time. Jab, cross, hook, beep. Timing and distancing. Go. But it's fast. How to get a little bit of power into that jab. What's another thing you can do?
Rotation pivot.
Step into it. He's got his left hand up. Bam. Bam. Now I'm leaning also into it. Here, you don't see boxers doing this. They're leaning into it. So now my body's behind it. Boom, boom, wham. And I'm sideways, and there's the side kick. So when I want you to think back, hands are up. From here, jab, cross, hook. Bam. There's the side kick. Go, one more time. Now, my two favorite punches are the jab and the hook. So I'm using them. We're right here. I jab, pivot, hook. What am I right now? There's the side kick. So from here, watch the pivot. Jab, pivot, hook, sideways, back. There's the side kick. Movement. That's all we're practicing. Jab, hook. Step, hook, sideways, step, there's the side kick. Left, left, left. Left, left, left. Bam, bam, bump. Bam, bam, bump. Bam, bam, bump. Go. You're going to get stuff right here. I'm a kicker. Karate people, for the most part, have never been here. Because even if you spar, the referee says, break, break, start again, and you start again. I think, why not you used to be close? Sometimes they are, but they preach it already trying to throw an ice kick or a spinning kick. They don't punch. I have one way of getting out of this predicament. One, it's worked in 4 boxing matches and 23 title defenses. shift to the left. Left hook. Left hook is my distance. There's the side kick. If it's a kickboxing. If it's just boxing, I shift. No step, just shift. You notice where my head is now? He can't hit me. And look at the ribs. Boom. Boom. Distance. Bam. Wide, low, high. Drop the elbow down. Measure for a second. Here. Shift in. Elbow comes down a little bit. There's it. There's the side. So from here, shift. Low, high. Sorry. There's the side. I don't want to stay there. He's bigger than me. Stronger than me. Almost as good looking. Have the same marker. So I want to get out of there. How does it happen? I shift. See where I'm out of his way. He can still touch me, but he can't hit me. Boom. Boom. Go. What did he just do? Blew out. He breathed out real hard. But what do you do right after that? You breathe in. Ever watch boxers, the heavyweights? They're here and they go, oh, 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 oh. Why? So they breathe out, so they automatically have to breathe in. One more time. But that's it. So you breathe out, you naturally breathe back in. Clutches. A couple more times, I won't change it again. Watch. That's how you do it. 1976, I fought a guy named Pat Worley in Indianapolis. Good fight. Good guy. From here, step in, roundhouse kick low, pause, and there's the hook. So from here, step in low, roundhouse kick, face punch, hook punch. Just move it. I can't tell you what to throw. I can't show you what to throw. All I can do is demonstrate to you what's worked for me over the last 60 years. We're not built the same. That's different. So from here, hands are up, step up, kick, punch, hook, distance. Step up, low, high, high, low. Low, high, high, low. Go. Go. Back in the 60s, I was one of the first people to throw front leg roundhouse kicks, side kicks, hook kicks. Everything up to that point with the rear leg because everybody was talking about power. We're standing here. He throws a rear leg roundhouse kick. Bam! Because it's allowed. Matter of fact, kind of sanctioned, really nice, because that's how you countered somebody. When kickboxing first started, we'd be like this. He'd throw a rear leg roundhouse kick, step down, look at the face, boom! He'd pick himself up about 15 minutes ago. How'd the kick look? And better yet, he'd throw it to the body. What's that going to do? My arms are right here. He'd throw the kick, step down, boom. Wants to know why the kick didn't work. What you have to think about is finding a target. A target. If we're here, and I kick right there, that's going to happen. Then the hook. Bring his hands down. I throw the hook kick to the head. He's got his hands up. There's the side kick. If nothing else, to push him away. So it's low, high, high, low. One of those things. What's the purpose of a combination? Huh?
Create opening.
Create an opening. That's the whole purpose of it. Maybe you hit him with all 15 of the punches. But the purpose of it is to make him block one of them so there's an opening someplace. He takes a stance. What's the very first combination you were taught? Jab cross, right? In karate, it's back fist reverse punch, right? For us, it's back fist and side kick. Because if I do this, can I kick now with my left leg? No, all my weight's on it. But if I go bam, and I'm right here, there's the side kick. So we take a stance. Now, when you throw the jab, not here. Why? Because he blocks this thing. He throws the right hand. Look at my head. What do I need his head to do? Which way? Back, back. And there's the side kick. Remember, as a kicker, we need distance. So I can pick that leg up and stick the foot someplace. Kind of hard when I do this and try to kick him from here. Because he's got it jammed already. So I need to be here. Jab here, slide up, bam. There's the side kick. So watch on the third one. Here. 1, 2, 3, bam. There's the side kick. You notice I'm getting that down. One more time, watch. Jab, 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 slide. See? There's the side kick. Perfectly sideways. If he comes at me, just kick off. So watch. We can do it on just a jab side kick, but I want you to watch. Danny takes the stance. Block this. What do you do? What do you do that time? Now I just move the right one over. So I go in the middle. Look at that. Bam, and there's the side kick. So from here, jab, jab, jab. Jab, 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 slide up, side kick. Jab, 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 side kick. Go! Hard. So watch from here. See, right here, how's he gonna see the side kick? So from here, 1, 2, bam, bam. And the side kick. Helps him because he sees the jab. He does jab.
Hit him in the face.
I don't care. Because I know he's not going to hit me. But he's throwing in my face. See, I've got first thing I do is distance on my side. So if I'm here, I'll do it. Now, bam, bam, bam. And there's the side kick. What's he going to have to do if I jab at his face to meet it? Even more important. What'd you just do? Oh, I hope. Watch. Bam, bam. He's going to get hit if he stays there. And I got a good jab. So what is he probably going to have to do? Step back. There's the side kick. Look at my ribs. So from here, jab, jab, jab. Go. Stop, stop. What's the fastest technique we have? The jab. If I go, what's he thinking about? Come on, sucker. Do that again. I'm going to kill you. Now, see, that was no shit. And trust me when I tell you, those shits are wonderful. Because now he's not trying to hit me back. So work on your speed. Bam, bam, bam. And then the side kick. Okay? Make it quick. Now's the time to work your speed. Go! All right, you got it. So that's the right hand.
I want to throw
There you go.
my jab.
Was it the black belt corner over here? Except for you guys. I'll drop that hammer.
Nice.
In all of boxing, there's only 4 weapons. The jab, the cross, the hook, and the uppercut. That's all there is. Everything else is a modification of one of those 4 punches. You go to the Kempo system, you got probably 200 hand techniques that you have to learn. And in a self-defense situation, which one you going to do when it's got its action? Well, let me think. Then you have 15 or 20 sets that you have to learn. So which one you going to do?
Whichever one you have muscle memory of.
Which means which one you practice those. But that doesn't mean that's the one you're used to. That's when the coach says you're going to do this. I have a bad right knee. That's why it's Superfoot, not super feet. When I would do forms over in Okinawa, I was pretty good left side. Absolutely crappy right side. Because I don't have a right leg. I do, but it's all messed up. So I do good left side, crappy right side, but enough to get by. You know, because I'm not going to do that. All of a sudden, 1974, we started something called kickboxing. And because of Joe Lewis and some other people, we said, hey, boxing's not a bad idea because we're wearing gloves. Trust me, I tell you, a back fist, Uriken and martial and Japanese system, you strike with the back 2 knuckles to the face, causing damage. The problem is, we fought the first world championships with safety equipment on, which you have right there, which is padded. So all of this knuckle stuff right here becomes null and void. The reverse punch, Seikizuki, Wazuki, Kakizuki, in karate, that you punches, put the reverse punch at yay deep in some guy's ribs. Well, now you got this big old pad on this hand. Now it doesn't go that far into the ribs. Matter of fact, it bounces off. And the guy says, that's nothing, I'm going to kill you now. So all that stuff goes right out the window. So we find out through Joe Lewis, who's a good friend of ours, go to boxing, because they have padded gloves that they work with all the time. Learn how to use those things. And through boxing, I learned 2 very important things. The jab keeps you away from me, and the hook counters you if you get too close. Jab and hook. Natural movement for me because I'm left-handed. The beauty about all this is I can do something called shadow box. And I can practice my techniques. We were talking about Okinawa, our study in Okinawa back in 65, 66. The purpose of the forms is so you can practice technique by yourself. Because the Japanese at that time wouldn't have let the Okinawans gather back in 1800s. So what happened is they couldn't gather, you can't work out together. So they came up with these forms that you can practice. I teach you the form, you practice it 15 or 20 times, then you teach somebody else the form. It's just a way of practicing until they make a competition out of it. I got a bad right knee. I don't care. But then we started something called kickboxing, where I could do my shadow boxing. Ooh. I'm going to do about 30 seconds of shadow boxing. I want you to watch how I start each combination. Watch how I start each combination. More importantly, I want you to watch how I finish each of those combinations. Okay? There's nobody here to hit, so I don't throw the punches hard. There's nobody here to hit, so I don't have to throw them fast. It's a practice very simply in movement. Ding, and I move around nice and simple. Use the whole space. Bam, 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 bam. What did I start with? Why?
Quickest punch.
What?
Quickest punch.
Number one, it's fast. So for you to defend it, how are you going to do it? Put your hands up all day long. Hand will go through those. How are you going to defend it? I hope. Distance. Step back. Now I'm safe. Now I can use my kicking. What did I finish with? Huh?
Hook,
Why?
just in case he got inside.
Because I'm left-handed. This is my power shot. This is my power shot. But what else does it make me do? I'm sideways. I'm sideways. 13 of my 23 title defenses were knockouts with a side kick. Awful hard to fight when you can't breathe. Joe Lewis and I both studied in Okinawa, both under Eizo Shimabuku. We both had decent side kick. His was much harder, much stronger than mine. But I was quick, sneaky. Get you to walk into it. All I do is throw it. It's not my fault. You walk into it. That's what I try to get you to do. Combination. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm sideways. What do you see to hit? What do you see to hit? The shoulder. Now you don't even see the head. It's gone. So the straight line is gone. Now you got to go around, which takes a longer period of time, which also makes it easy for me to counter. Because I still have my straight line stuff, and I have the counter hook from that position right there, and the side kick. You can pick me up, throw me against that wall. When I slide down that wall, pick myself up, I will face you sideways, just like this. This is the boxer stance, primarily. What do you see to hit? Everything. Maybe you can't hit it, but you see everything. So you have the confidence, or maybe the goal to say, well, hell, I'm going to throw it because I see the opening. But I'm taking all that away from you. You don't even see anything to hit. You got to charge in. And if you charge in, hopefully up to this point, I'll catch you coming in. Just the idea. I don't throw anything hard, I just throw it. And that's kind of what I want you to think about. We're going to do 3 one-minute rounds. Everybody up? I'm leaning into it. From here to here. So when I'm hitting this bag, I'm here, and I'm body moving here. So I'm leaning into it. I want that knee bent. Why? So my weight goes into the punch, number one. Number two, if we're kickboxing, and that he throws his jab, and that leg straight, boom, he walks funny about the next 3 or 4 years. Your knee is strongest when it's bent. The knee is the strongest when it's bent. Now it's like a green stick. Breaks real easy. Walk around, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. All there is to it. Rear front, front. Rear front, front. Rear front, front. Okay? 2 or 3 people get on the bag at the same time. Go ahead. Sir.
Did you say you're a hooker?
I'm hoping the best.
Good. All right.
I don't charge that much.
Well, here, I'll move a little bit. That way maybe someone, yeah, we'll just rotate a little bit and make it there, Colby, you can do it. I always say it's not something that I don't do. Oh, you can be on there.
Every house has at least one wall in it somewhere. Hopefully. Unless it's a tent, but then you can still have something. Before I go to bed, this is what I want you to think about. I do this minute and a half, 2 minute stretch. Here it is. This is the warm up too. I put my foot against the wall. I take it out to this position. Take it out to where I feel it. I can feel that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. Roll back and forth. Work the flexor ligaments, the extended ligaments. Right here. Now watch. That's the adductors. Get your shoulder width apart. Slide down. Loosen the lower back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 5. Walking out. Push against the wall. Slowly walk it out. Okay. Find a spot on a wall. I will tell you what to do. Now there's all kinds of combinations that we can use with our foot, with our front leg. Hook kick into round kick into hook kick, side kick into hook kick. All kinds of different combinations. But what I want you to get down now are those 3 kicks that are very, very fundamental. Side kick goes out and back in a straight line. The roundhouse kick goes out and back in a curved line. The hook goes out and back in an opposite curved line. Those 3 kicks, for me, cover every angle that there is. Front kick happens to be my side kick. Axe kick, I'll just throw the hook kick, drop it into an axe kick. Spinning back kick, I have one. I'm 1 for 1. In my world title fight, 1980, my retirement fight, I fought a guy named Robert Biggs, 3rd or 4th, 5th round, something like that. He came in with a round kick, I threw a spinning back kick, hit him right in the gut.
Crowd went wild.
I'm 1 for 1. So all I gotta do is, every time I throw a spinning back kick, you just gotta go, okay, go ahead. Because every time I throw it, I scored. I'm 1 for 1. But to this day, I have no reason why I threw it. No idea why. Never practiced it. Just said, why not? That's fine. But what I would like you to think about is what we've done today is purely and simple me. My side kick, my round kick, my hook kick, my jab hook, jab cross hook, uppercut. My way of doing it. The boxing is basically pure boxing. Except I've changed it because I throw the front hand from down here. Just me because I have to run fighting position. What I need to do is have you understand you've got the hard job. All I have to do is come out here day after day and do what I've done for the last 60 years. It's easy. I don't have to think about it. It just happens. You've got the hard job because you've got to take what we've done today, change it, play with it, modify it. If you like it, fix it up for you so you can make it useful. Technique is no good unless it works for you. Think of all the techniques you've learned in your martial arts class, in your jiu-jitsu, in your karate, in your kickboxing, all this. How many do you use when you spar? In my entire life, in my entire kickboxing point tournament career, I had 5 weapons. A side kick, a roundhouse kick, and a hook kick. A back fist or a jab, same thing. A hook punch or a ridge hand, same thing. All with the left side. To beat me, all you had to know was where I was kicking, when I was kicking, and how many times I was kicking there. I don't even know. Because I work off of your reaction. Because I'm sideways, the side kick looks like the roundhouse kick. The roundhouse kick looks like the hook kick. And the hook comes out, it looks just like the side kick. So you've got to defend. You've got to think. Physiologically, what happens when you think? You slow down. You start to anticipate. You start to think. The muscles contract. You become slower. I like that. Because I'm here. You don't see anything to hit. You've got to come at me. Now the shoulder is up, the head's back. So think about that. What I want you to think about today is what we've done. Take it, change it, modify it, play with it. If you don't like it, that's okay. It's worked for me for an awfully, awfully long time. There are world champion boxers that have one technique, maybe 2. Joe Frazier, when he beat Ali, had one punch called a left hook. But when he hit you with it, you took a nap. He didn't have a jab, cross, hook, any of that stuff. Had the hook, but he didn't have the uppercuts. But he had the hook that worked really well for him. So what we need to find out is a technique or 2 that we can depend on. Like I said earlier, 13 of my knockouts was with a side kick. Why? Straight line technique. I've already thrown 15,000 kicks to your head, so now your hands are here. Look at my ribs. If I step in, still looks like a hook kick or a side kick or a round kick to the head. So I got it. Yeah, you're good. Makes me feel good. So think about how you create that movement, how you create those openings. And they all work absolutely perfectly together. Anybody have any questions about anything? I'll lie through my teeth. By the way, tonight when you go home, I highly suggest that you sit in a hot bathtub for 15 or 20 minutes when you get home. Otherwise, about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, you're not gonna like me. Because we worked your legs good today. We stretched them good, we worked them good. What do they want to do to protect themselves? They want to contract, they want to tighten up. And they do it at the most inopportune time you've ever seen in your life. When you're relaxing or asleep. So, relaxes, get the lactic acid out of those muscles so they're nice and relaxed. Questions? I'm full of answers. I'm good. Have all kinds of stories there. Yes, sir.
Did you ever do jiu-jitsu?
I did. Not your kind of jiu-jitsu. I was a wrestler. I was a wrestler in high school and college. When I joined the service, they didn't have a wrestling team. They had a judo team. And in judo was taken from jiu-jitsu, from Japanese jiu-jitsu. We had chokes and we had arm bars. We couldn't do, so I learned all the chokes and the arm bars from the judo, from the jiu-jitsu. I was a good judo guy. Represented the Air Force on the judo team. 1964, 65. Sir?
Do you remember, what were some of your favorite throws at that time?
My favorite throw was Seotoshi. Then I counter throw when I fought kickboxing. For the first 3 years, 74, 75, 76, you could throw. So my favorite throw in competition was Ogushi. and Oichigari and Osotogari. So I had those throws. Because, you know, when we close, boxers would join the smarts. So boxers, you know, they didn't close. They like it here. I don't. So I'd be right here. Boom, there's no goshi. But they'd have top on, so I couldn't do Seotoshi. So I was just a modification of Taotoshi.
How is that one?
If you think about this, what's the number one takedown in jiu-jitsu?
Double leg?
Double leg takedown. What's the number one throw in wrestling? Double leg takedown. What's the number one throw that you learn to defend the very first day in wrestling? Double leg takedown. But it's very, 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 very effective. Credit question. Yes, sir.
Do you have any other daily practices besides martial arts that help you become a better fighter? Like yoga, stretching, reading, stuff like that?
Hamburgers, french fries. You know, all the kicking that I did today. Did anybody hear a squeak? Vacation. It's true. It's true. Think about this. Nutrition. Human beings are the only animals in the world that have a diverse diet. They become hugely overweight because we have that diverse diet. We'll eat chicken today. Tomorrow we'll go have some pasta. Come back tomorrow night, day after tomorrow, have some steak. I'm from the Midwest. Steak and potatoes, meat and potatoes, french fries, mashed potatoes, right? All that stuff.
Barbecue.
I lived in Memphis for 10 years too. But anyway, but think about this. You take your normal lion. They'll chase down a critter, eat what they want to eat, and walk off or bring their cubs over to finish it off. How many of us were taught, there's a commercial now on television, we're taught you're going to sit there till you finish your meal.
Mm-hmm.
We're afraid to do that. Push ourselves away from the table. So we'll finish the meal, thinking, oh, I won't get hungry later on. Your body's still going to digest all that stuff. Think about it. But getting back to my nutrition. Hamburgers. They're great. I've been all over the world. Dan, I've been all over. No matter where you go, they have foods that are prepared in that locale, right? And your stomach, your digestive enzymes are not used to those processes that they're using. Did a movie with Jackie Chan, 1984, in Hong Kong. I was the only one in the American group that didn't get sick. Because they're having the Chinese food and all this stuff prepared by the Chinese. Our enzymes aren't used to that stuff. Our stomach system is not used to the stuff that they put in that stuff. I walked down the street to a McDonald's and had a hamburger royale, french fries, and a Coke. I was there for 9 weeks and never got sick. But getting back to the hamburger. What does hamburgers have in it? Grease, right? The trouble with hamburger and grease, when it cools down, what happens? It solidifies, it gets hard. French fries are fried in a vegetable oil, right? So even if that's a hot vegetable oil, when it cools down, that vegetable oil is still a nice fluid liquid, right? So I eat the hamburgers and I eat my French fries. Because I eat the French fries, the oil emulsifies with the hamburger grease, makes a nice soluble liquid, goes right in through the digestive system and out. But then you get thirsty, right? Coca-Cola. You wash it down with a nice cold Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola. See? And then, but you say, well, I have to have dessert. Ice cream. You have to eat, no, you have, ice cream is wonderful. The trouble with ice cream is, anybody here wrestle or have an endurance competition around? If you drink milk or eat ice cream an hour or two before you compete, it's like having cotton in your mouth. It's like, because the milk that's in there is not all gone when you try to have it all gone. And it's like, and you can't swallow, you can't, so that's why we wash it down with another Coca-Cola. The funny thing is, I'm being facetious, but Danny will tell you that's my diet. I've eaten that since I was a little kid. I weigh the same now that I weighed when I retired in 1980. I have not gained a pound. And I eat some junk. But the thing about it is, you order a quarter pounder, you like quarter pounders? What do you have on it?
Just cheese.
Well, see, I eat plain, just meat and bread.
Yeah.
And half the time, I'll take the top bun off, fold it over. So it's only the hamburger, the quarter pounder with one thing of buns. Bread is nothing. I have no nutritional value at all, it just tastes. So I eat the hamburger, which is, 300 and some odd calories when it's prepared, right? The way it's maybe 110, 115 calories. Then I eat the french fries. Don't put salt on or anything, so that's gone. Then I wash it down with my Coca-Cola. But, we all have different metabolisms. Luckily for me, I have a very fast metabolism. I can eat a quarter of ice cream, and tomorrow not gain a pound. Yes, ma'am.
How old were you when you decided to be a martial artist?
I was a wrestler in high school and college. I started wrestling when I was a freshman in high school. I started doing martial arts in '63. And I'm old. But I feel great. Feel superb. Anybody else?
Hey, Bill.
Sir?
There's one in the back.
Does it blow your mind, seeing from the 60s to now, how the martial arts has expanded or evolved?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I started fighting in 1960, I started competing in 1966. You competed for a little bitty trophy, about like this, and you felt great when you did it. Of course, our entry fee was like $3. Well, it was not that big. If you had 100 competitors, you had a mob. Then all of a sudden it became big. Then all of a sudden I said, I get paid for this. So if I win the tournament, I make $1,000. Like, wow. So pretty soon, I used to teach at Memphis State University. I got my master's degree there, so I started teaching it. I opened up the martial arts program at Memphis State. So I didn't need the money, but it's still fun to get money. I get paid to have fun now. But yeah, it's grows so much. Right now, my highest grossing film, or not film, my fight that I had, my retirement fight, I made $30,000. Now they make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. Conor McGregor just did that thing with Floyd Mayweather. Supposed to have got $50 million. Thank you very much. I'm here, guys. I'm still in good shape. But yeah, time. We're out of our time, but I wouldn't pass it up for the world. I've had an absolute blast. I'm 76 years old and I'm having a ball. No, I'm not in medicines or anything. Just it's fun kicking people. Yeah.
You were an announcer at UFC 1.
Yeah,
correct?
first one.
What do you think about the evolution of MMA?
It's the exact opposite of what I thought would happen. The first one, they had 8 fighters. They had Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock, a Muay Thai guy from Holland, a sumo wrestler. Now here's the funny thing about it, is that the sumo wrestler fought the Muay Thai guy. The Muay Thai guy threw a roundhouse kick, smacked him right in the face, broke his tooth, goes flying off the road. You can watch it. I'm saying, what's that? then he kicked him, then he punched him in the mouth, right? When he kicked him in the head, he broke his foot. When he punched him in the mouth, he broke his hand. But they stopped the match and gave it to the Muay Thai guy. There was no blood. The guy didn't go down. He's going. Match over. He wins. Why did they stop the match? Because he figured out that probably Royce Gracie wasn't able to choke him out. I mean, the guy 400 pounds. And maybe he sits on Royce. But yeah, But yeah, I've told this, everybody this, I thought it was a 2-hour exhibition, or a 2-hour advertisement for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Because they picked the fighters, they picked the rules, they had a boxer compete that couldn't wrap his hands. Then they had Ken Shamrock, who's a shoot fighter, you couldn't use anything, but Hoist Gracie was allowed to wear his entire uniform. You jiu-jitsu player? What do you know about your uniform? Something very, very simple.
Line grips.
Nope. Huh?
You can use it for.
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
Your entire uniform is a weapon. He choked Ken Shamrock out with his belt. That's why that's the big controversy after they come out and they start yelling back and forth. Because he came in for the takedown, Shamrock came on him, he grabbed his belt, choked him out with his own belt. Then the boxer couldn't wear hand wraps, but they let him wear one glove. But the funny thing is, the guy never threw a punch. He was like 6th or 7th or 8th in middleweight division, right? But never threw a punch. Then Hoist takes him down, chokes him out. But I didn't think it would go. I thought this was ridiculous. I'm having a guy stand beside me, telling me what's going to happen before it happens. I'm going, how do you know that? Well, watch, he's going to do this right now. And he did it. Took the guy down, got my back, choked him out. I went, okay. Here. Yeah, you jiu-jitsu guy, right?
I just started.
Okay, good. So you're about tapping out?
Yeah.
Okay. If I get you in a choke or I get you in a somewhere and I'm jerking the hell out of that thing, you have enough common sense to go, okay, I quit?
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't. No, listen to me. These are all stand-up fighters. As a stand-up fighter, are you taught to tap out? No. But they all did. And they were all stand-up fighters. And in a stress situation, you don't remember, oh yeah, if it hurt, I told you. No, you're not, you're just doing your damnedest to get out of it. But they all choked, they all tapped out.
Interesting.
I just makes you think, but it's gone, because they changed it from taking 3.5 hours to do a fight to time it now. But it's, what upsets me about the whole thing is the ground and pound thing. You know, if you're down there for 30 seconds and nothing's happening, get back up. Because people want to see movement. And besides, if you're there any close, they can't see it on the screen, big screen anyway. So get back up, give them the money's worth. The reason I was so popular is I kick people. Sure, I could have tried to be a boxer, play the game, but no, they want to see you kick. Yes, ma'am.
What was Elvis' favorite move and what was his best move?
Well, Elvis was a sidekick, had a good sidekick, and he was a Kempo guy. He was one of Ed Parker's people. So he did not a move per se, but he did a lot of self-defense. He would take Red West, who was his chief of security, and just beat the shit out of him. But he was good. He was good. When I was working with him in Memphis, he was good.
Hey guys, so you'll notice Brian's uniform, my uniform, Josh Harrell was here earlier, he had a uniform. It's being kind of denotes as one of Bill's black belts. And you can,
And we have pockets.
yeah, you have that opportunity to earn a black belt with Bill. I'm kind of the regional director, and you guys train in here with Brian. You know, he can, if you're interested, you need to talk to him, and he can make sure that you're doing what you need to do. I'm sure probably drag you down to my gym, or I'll be up here. And it's possible. We got several, a couple from my school that are going to be testing. The next, we're going, I'm going to be with Bill at a rank review or rank testing the end of this month, right?
It'll be cold too.
Yeah, it's going to be up in Atlantic City. And then there's a kickboxing camp in North Carolina. I'll be teaching that with Bill. And then we've got Terry Dow's up in New Hampshire. Then we'll be doing Bill's annual conference in Tampa, Florida, first weekend in June. So there's potential to continue training with Bill, and then for those that already have a black belt, have experience in the system, you know, I recommend like trying to come to some of these camps and then get with, and when you're deemed ready, we'd love to see you, you know, keep Bill's legacy alive by earning rank with Bill. I'm trying to advertise for you, but it's easy.
I'm not dying yet. What I'd like you to think too, our system is just that, a system. It's not the only way to do it. It's not the way to do it. It's a way that you add our stuff to your stuff. If you're Muay Thai, add our stuff to your stuff. Using the front leg, you can use the rear leg, you can use the rear leg, you can spin, you can jump, you can do whatever. But our way is just an add-on to where you work with it, to where some of this might help you in competition, in self-defense, in your movements. Flexibility-wise, movement-wise, and to help you all out. This is what it's for. If you can't tell, I have an absolute blast doing this. I love screaming at you guys, calling you names and everything. But again, it's an add-on, and it works great for me. Take it, change it, play with it, modify it. But it's a great workout. We have a super time. When we go to Atlantic City, we're gonna have a blast. When we go to St. Petersburg, Florida, we have a blast out in Denver, Colorado. We're gonna have a blast all over. We're here. We're available. Ryan knows how to get a hold of us. So we'd love to have you. Just remember, it's fun kicking people.
Woo!
Punching people's not bad either. Anybody have any questions? Thank you very much. Great job.